Would you guys be surprised if I told you this was my first Italian horror film that I own in the collection? Today we're going to talk about Night Train Murders and this pretty dope box set from 88 Films on 4K. Let's talk about it. All right, so before we get into the actual review of the movie or my take on the movie, let's get into the packaging because this is 88, so the packaging is on point. This artwork, absolutely fire. I think they do some of the best artwork in the boutique game. And now that I've seen the movie, I understand the artwork. I didn't really understand it. I just thought it was really cool. But now that I see it, I've seen the movie, I get the artwork. So it comes in a very nice chunky box with the slip. And unlike Arrow Video, who's beginning to have a problem with this, the quality on both the slip and the box are great and the same. Where Arrow has an issue, and this isn't to shit on Arrow, but Arrow Video's box sets lately have been like really nice quality glossy slip covers and then really faded, different, not the same material, like they're cutting cost on the box. It's like that with Deep Blue Sea, the color they're different, and I think it's like that with their new Clint Eastwood Westerns. These, same quality all the way around. The back, you do get the Italian title. And what I do like, which I found this really interesting, and I think it's like the little details that matter. So I reversed the artwork. It comes with both sides. I'll show you real fast. You get the new commissioned artwork and the original artwork, which it's in Italian, so I can't remember the name of it. Is it like The Last Train Out? Something like that. This always confused me. I'm like, why is this? I thought this movie was about two girls on a train. The whole movie. Why is there a guy with a gun? We'll get to that. Like, once I finished the movie, I understood this cover so much more and understand it and really like it. But one thing I do really dig. So I had to do some research because this says the Italian collection #1. Now, if you know, the Italian collection from 88 has been going on for a while now, right? I think, I could be wrong, but just based off the little research I did, this was their very first Italian horror Blu-ray that they released in their collection. I think back in 2016, so 9 years ago. And what they did was they kept the #1 right here with the Italian collection if you flip the artwork. So if you have this original Blu-ray from 2016 and you're like one of these people who does everything by the numbers, you can still get that. You can still put this in there and it'll match. I love that little detail to it because I'm not a person who collects by numbers, but there are so many people who are. So I think that's a really cool little thing that they did. What else we got? We don't have a poster, but we do get the new house on the left. We get this little art card with, I guess, the original poster on it, or one of the original posters with a title, The New House on the Left. Which is, it's funny. This movie is the Italian Last House on the Left. I didn't realize that when I first watched it. I'm watching it and I'm like, this movie's kind of boring. Like, nothing's happening. And then I start putting the pieces together on my own because I went into this movie completely blind. So I didn't get, why is this like The New House on the Left? Is this the same movie? Like, it is. Just different thing. And you got, this artwork's kind of weird. I don't know why there's like these, I guess, people in hoods and coats, and it's not in the movie. This is just pure advertising. But I thought it was cool that you do get this little kind of thick kind of poster art card, which I think is dope. But what's really dope is the book. This book, great I always say video essays. Essays and pictures in here, great quality print. So if you're into the books, so you get the book, you get the art card, reversible cover, chunky box with the slip, so much stuff. Now let's talk about the transfer and, in my opinion, of the movie. So this is a brand new 4K remaster from the original negatives of the film. The original, I'm guessing 35 millimeter. It doesn't really say. It says it's a 1.85 to 1 aspect ratio, so I'm going to assume 35 millimeter because I don't think 16 millimeter does that aspect ratio. It comes with 2 video essays, which I'm going to talk about the video essays real fast before we get into everything, because when I first watched this film, I didn't know how I felt about it. But I started putting the pieces together because I didn't know this was a Last House on the Left. I don't want to say ripoff, because, or a remake or something. It's kind of its own thing, but it's Last House on the Left, which I love the remake. I don't like the original Wes Craven one from the 70s. To me, that one just looks like it looks like a very low budget college horror film, and it's a little too grungy for me, like quality wise. But the remake that I think came out in 2009, maybe, I love that movie. So I'm putting the pieces together, and then I go to the special features, which are on the Blu-ray. The 4K is region free, the Blu-ray is region B. So if you want the special features, you got to put the Blu-ray in. But they have a video essay on here. They have 2 produced. One which was really good. It was insanely fascinating and I loved it. It helped me kind of see the film a little better. And the second one, same thing, really good, but we're going to talk about this. So you know how I have a problem. I talk about this all the time. How Arrow Videos, special features, they talk about how everything is phallic symbolism and all this other stuff that you're like, bro, you are really? Here's the thing. In this second video essay, I don't know which one exactly it's called. I'll put it on here. The first video essay doesn't talk about it at all. I think he says penis-shaped object or something. He just mentioned something in passing. The second video essay, I probably heard the word phallic more times in my life than I heard in anything before. But I'm going to somewhat give this a pass based off the subject matter. Why am I going to give this a pass? No, it's not because I got this for review and I'm just praising 88 more than I'm praising Arrow. That is not the case. Deep Blue Seas Arrow thing, when they mentioned phallic and vagina dentata and all that, it's a little far reached and everything. The Long Kiss Goodnight review I did, when the person was talking about phallic symbolisms with bread and everything, you're like, bro, you are reaching. This movie literally is about sex and murder. And there is a woman who gets killed, literally, by having a knife penetrate her. Like they stick a knife up her skirt and kill her. So I'm going to give it a pass for its use of the word phallic and the symbolism in the movie and how they use it, because it kind of makes a little bit of sense. Because, yeah, bro, a girl gets killed in a train because they stick a knife. Brutal. Oh, it's brutal. Now, it's 70s, so it's not like as, I don't know, like if it was done today like that, it probably would be. Like, you imagine Eli Roth doing that scene. Oof. But that's essentially what this is. Like, her screaming face right here is when she gets, yeah, crazy. So I'm going to give it a pass just based off that. So if you've seen the movie, you probably understand the symbolism there. He gets a little too far with it at some point, and he keeps saying the word. But there's one of the best, not that one, but the first one is one of the best video essays I've seen done. And I wish more people would do that, because the guy's just talking about the movie. And he doesn't get into the symbolism as much, which I love. Just talk about the movie. But let's talk about the transfer and how it looks. I think the transfer looks good. I don't have anything to compare it to because I've never seen the movie before, but I'll put some stills up here. I think the atmosphere, especially at the end, when they get to the house and you have like this very fall setting with the leaves and, you know, the way the director has smoke in the background and stuff, I think is just really cinematic. I think some of the cinematography on the train is really good. There's a couple like overhead shots and everything. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is there's a scene where I guess the two villains, like the female and one of the guys, are having sex on the train, and the camera just keeps, every shot is like a push in. It's like different. It's really creative. I've seen stuff like that before in like music videos and like I'm gonna say Michael Bay movies where it's constantly moving, but to have the scene where it's constantly pushing in the camera, dialing in, I thought was really creative, and I was like, okay. So overall, I think the movie really, I don't know if I'm going to say it was for me. I think it's a movie that will grow with me over time, especially now that I know what it is, because the second viewing, after I realized it was The Last House on the Left, it completely changed my second viewing of the movie. I understood the super slow pace because it's slow. And I heard that that's what this director does, Aldo Lado, is very slow with his movies. From what I've heard, this is the only one I've ever seen. But I'm like watching, I'm like, I'm not into this movie. It's very slow. Nothing's happening until the end in a little moment. And then putting it together, the second viewing, I'm understanding it way more. Honestly, surprised there's not as much nudity in this movie as I thought there would be. There is a shot on this, it cracks me up. The back is like photos, you can't really see it on here, but they have a butt shot of one of the girls running pantsless down the train, which is probably the most unflattering shot. But it just cracks me up because she's like mid-run, like bottomless, and you just see the butt, and I'm like, I guess. But honestly, this movie surprised me. And I feel like the only way I was able to enjoy it was the video essays on here. It kind of had to explain to me what it was because I'm such a noob in this Italian horror genre. Like, I don't know this genre. I know Dario Argento, which is very giallo. This is not a giallo film. And I've only seen like Suspiria and like one or two other things from him. That's really all I've seen. I've never seen any other Italian Western horror movie. See, I'm getting my Italian movies confused, which is kind of ironic because my favorite movie of the year possibly is an Italian movie, Parthenopy, which is nothing to do with this. I'm just saying, Italians are creative with their movies. And I want to say he got creative with this, and the space he had in the train and how he shot some of it was really creative. But I definitely feel this is a movie that will personally grow with me over time. But I feel like there's a massive, I know there's a massive Italian horror fan base out there that would probably love this box. It's a nice chunky box, especially if you're into Italian horror. I don't think you can get better than this because the transfer, the artwork, everything you get with it, it's top notch.